I love real rap.
Real rapper shit.
Just for the night, I make it rain on you. Loving your body, the way it moves. Tonight, girl, you got me.
Real rapper shit. Real rapper shit. Real rappers. The real rapper. I'm trying to say I ain't no real rapper now. It's crazy to me because they thought we was gonna do real rapper shit. Real rapper shit. Real rapper shit. Man, what up, though? It's your boy Prince RAZI. We here at the Real Rapper Shit podcast. I got my big brother that I met from another big brother who was Big's brother. Used to be JM Big's brother. Right. Scott Keeton, man. What up, though?
Man, what's up, man? I'm happy to be here. You've been trying to get me to come to this man for the longest, man. I've been bullshitting.
Yeah, man. We had to go ahead and get it in, man. Go ahead and get this real legendary talk.
I'm glad to be here today, though.
In real life, you feel me?
Yeah, man.
So, man, I wanted to get them started with, like, you know, what got you started in the music industry?
Man, I've done music all my life, man. Like, I mean, what really got me started in my mind, I'd say when my mom bought home the VHS of Purple Rain and seeing Michael Jackson's Thriller. I think that's those two things, like Prince, Purple Rain, and then seeing Michael Jackson's Thriller. I'm like, that's what I want to do. I always try to mimic them. I always learned all their songs. And then you got my mother who's a big music person. Shout out to Gloria. My mom's a big music person. And you know, back then, music came out on Tuesdays. And so they had those little 45 records. Yeah. That's big. I'm old. I'm old nigga. Mm-hmm. So they had the little 45 records for the single and then the LPs for the records. But
I didn't know there was different sizes.
Yeah.
That's yeah. I was today years old when I learned that.
Yeah, singles, it's called a 45. It's about this big.
And then they had a different for the album. It had to be bigger.
Yeah, the album was bigger.
Because they had more memory on it.
Right.
Okay.
And so on Tuesdays, my mom would always buy everything that came out new, you know. If it was new, she just bought everything that was new. Yeah. Like it'll be like Sting, SOS Band, Marvin Gaye, REO Speedwagon, ZZ Top, you know, Evelyn Champagne King. Like whatever came out there, there's a variety from the country music to the soft rock to the 80s R&B. She would buy everything that came out new. And so I would sit in the house. It kept me out of trouble. We lived in the projects, in Queenburg projects in Laurel, Mississippi. So it would keep me out of trouble because I sit in the house, and back then you get those LPs. When you pull the record out, you got a piece of paper with all the words to all the songs. So that's kind of how I know every song now. You can't really play much that I don't know. You know, so shout out to my mom because
every Tuesday she was getting new records.
Every Tuesday I had everything. Like it ain't nothing, bruh. Like I knew stuff that I was at 7 and 8 years old. I knew Sting and the Police whole album. You know, like that kind of shit. So it just,
was she a recording artist? Was she a singer?
No. She could sing her ass off. Like I'm from a family of singers and stuff. You know, my mom, my grandma, my aunts, my uncles, all of them are very good vocalists. You know? But they never really pursued it in a way, you know, to like try to get a record deal. They just sung in church a lot.
I kind of think like that's probably how my parents were. My dad was a bass player, of course, but my mom, I always just looked at her as like an A&R. It sounded like your mom was like the same way. My mom like always, she would put me up on everybody first. She put me up on Robin Thicke. She put me up on Ryan Leslie. Like she would have the Black Eyed Peas. Before they became huge, she had them CDs, and then we would be listening to them.
Yeah, my mom just opened my mind to every kind of different music, and she would. I remember I had a bedtime, but she would always let me stay up and watch Friday night videos because then those were like in the 80s, you only got to watch Friday night videos for videos. Yeah. You know, you got to watch that. Then MTV came. You know, we didn't have the MTV till later, but we did have Friday night videos. It was like a 30-minute show. And in that 30 minutes, it would play the top 10. And, you know, it's all kind of varieties, you know. It was just, you know.
Man, I didn't know about that either. That's dope. So what channel was it on?
You weren't born then, bro.
I mean, I know I wasn't born.
It was on local cable networks. Bro, I'm talking like 1984.
84.
You know, 85, 86, like around that time. And then
when you used to have to fix the antenna.
Yeah, then my great aunt, I was inspired by her. My great aunt is Leontine Price. She's the first black opera singer
Oh wow.
You know, I was inspired by her. She celebrated to this day. She lives up in Harlem, New York right now. She's in her 90s.
Yeah.
Much older, but they celebrate her every Black History Month. And she's one of those people to where they came to see her perform, but she wouldn't perform if they didn't allow her to come to the front door type shit. You know, so my great aunt was that person, and then my cousin popped off out of Martin, Mississippi. She popped off, and it like really inspired me. Angie B.
Oh, that's what's up.
You know, she sang with MC Hammer. You know,
so your whole family had it in them.
Right.
Everybody.
And as you can see, like it's carrying on. Like you can look and see my kids now, like the shit they're doing. You know, so
We're gonna get to that, but we gotta start with you.
Oh, okay.
Before they came, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you end up having, you know, your mom was putting you on there. She was basically like a kind of like an A&R as well. She already knew it was hot before it was hot. So when did you start? Like, when was your first experience of knowing that you had that talent in you to sing?
Well, my brother Emilio, he always kept something going. My oldest brother, he was kind of like my Joe Jackson. So he always had something going. Like my brother Emilio was always trying something. He'd always be trying to do rap groups, dance groups, and stuff like that. He'd always have something going on, and he would always add me in it. You know, like, come on, but he would whip my ass too, because I joked all the time. I was a silly kid. Yeah. And he gave me discipline. You know, like, no, nigga, we practicing on these moves. Yeah. We performing at the fairground next week. You got to get these moves. You want to be part. So he kind of stayed on me with it. And as I got a little older, you had the Jodeci's and Boys to Men come out. So my friends that I rode with every day, Kendrick Jackson, KJ, Terry Oliver, God rest his soul, my boy Harvey White, you know, we started trying to mimic like Boys to Men and Jodeci, and we learned harmony and stuff. And like, turns out we ended up doing their songs better than them. Damn. And you know, we started getting in talent shows and shit. And every time we would come in, there's a lot of talent around there, but every time we walked into talent shows, everybody always be like, damn. They knew we was going to win. Yeah. Nobody could see us. We was like if we just stayed together and stuck together, toughed it out, like we'd probably be one of the most legendary groups in the history of music right now. I wasn't even the best singer in my group. I was probably the least best singer in my group. Damn. You know, my boys could blow.
What was the demise of that group?
When you say what, nigga?
What was the demise? What? You know?
Well, the thing is, it wasn't really a demise. It was, we won hundreds of talent shows. Mm-hmm. You know, we won so many talent shows, and we got real popular. I mean, we flew out to L.A., and it was crazy, man. We flew out to L.A. and tried some stuff out there with Larry Rock Campbell. You know, you can look him up. He was a super producer at the time. He showed us a lot of love. Shout out to Rock. You know, but we went out there, and I remember going out there, and it was crazy because it was so random. Like, we were going out there. I remember who came and picked us up. Like, we got out there. My boy Charles Jefferson, he was like really serious trying to manage us. Yeah. Shout out to Charles Jefferson, Reverend Charles Jefferson now. But he was managing us, and he was like trying to get us on. He took us out to L.A., you know, and that's the first time in L.A. We little country boys from Mississippi. And I'll never forget, fucking Raj from What's Happening picked us up.
Raj is the real skinny one with the glasses?
Raj from What's Happening. He didn't want to pick us up. And you know, it was just so much stuff happening. And I remember one night, I'll never forget this night, bro. I was in L.A. Yeah. This when I saw what kind of beast L.A. was. I was in this studio, and I was in A&M Records, A&M Studios. I was in there, and I'm sitting in the lounge area. I'm kind of sitting out there, and A&M is real fresh. Never been in a studio like that before. I'm sitting in there, and there's this white dude, you know. He's like got the blue jeans denim shirt on with it open, and dingy little t-shirt, dingy little jeans and flip-flops, hair all over the place. Yeah. And I'm trying to use the mocha machine. And he was like, I'm like, this shit, he was like, try this one. This is the one I like. He showed me how to do it. And he was like, let the button go. because it runs over or shit like that. He was showing me that. So man, it was cool. And he's just a cool ass white dude. I'm thinking he's like some kind of engineer or something. So we're watching TV, and I see a Lambo on TV. I'm like, man, that's a nice car. He was like, yeah, it's cool. He's like, I got the new one though. And I was like, the new one? I was like, no, the new one. I was in the cars. I'm like, no, the new one will come out the next year. He's like, yeah, I know, but I got it now. So I'm like looking at him like, you know, I'm thinking he's an engineer or something. So I'm like, nigga, you got that car.
Right.
I'm thinking, he's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, yeah. He was like, you don't believe me? I was like, no. He was like, it's outside. Come on, I'll show you. I'm like, what? Like, okay. We go outside. He got that motherfucker out there. It's purple.
Damn.
And I'm like, it was there. And that I knew that car didn't come out for another 6-some months.
Yeah.
And so he turned it on, let me sit in and everything. And I'm like, bro, how do you get this kind of car off just being an engineer? He was like, I'm not an engineer. I was like, what do you do? He was like, I'm singing in a band. He was like, you don't know me? I was like, no. He was like, John Bon Jovi.
What the fuck?
It was fucking John Bon Jovi. And I looked at him, I was like, oh my God. I'm like, bro, I'm so sorry, bro. I would never expect, you know. He was like, I know it. So it was fucking John Bon Jovi. We made friends then. We've been me and John Bon Jovi been friends since.
That's what I was gonna end up getting into, boy. You got a bunch of celebrity friends, dog.
Me and John Bon Jovi been friends since. That was years ago, and we stayed friends. I went and checked out some of his shows. Yeah. And was able to get backstage and like, man, do you remember that time we had reconnected when I went backstage one of his shows and like I talked to him and I was like, hey bro, it's like, you remember that time in LA when you had the car? He was like, oh shit. He was like, man, he remembered it. And so we've been cool since that shit, man.
That's what's up, dog.
I don't know how I got into that story, but shit.
Man, so you in LA and you were recording at the time?
We were trying to record. Mm-hmm. There's a lot going on. My boy Charles was like pulling strings. He was just trying to get us in there. Yeah. You know. I remember. You remember?
How old were you then?
I don't know.
I
was 15, 16, something like that.
Okay, you still young then. 15,
I remember whenever we went to LA. Then this one time, Charles Jefferson, he was trying to get us on, man. Mm. And I remember one time, you know what? This story right here, I've been wanting to tell this story. Fuck that, I'm telling it.
Hey, it's the time.
I'm telling it. Peanut, you can get mad at me all you want to. Harvey, one of my group members, he did some shit, man. So Warren G was starting G-Funk Records. Mm-hmm. So his management or whatever, Mel at the time, Mel and Charles were cool. Yeah. So he's like, man, bring him. We're going to be in New Orleans at the little, whatever the shit was, Jack the Rapper, whatever the fuck it was. Yeah. We went there to meet with Warren G about being in his group. Go there. We sung acapella. We were killing on acapella shit. And so we sang, and they loved us. Right. Warren G was like, man, well, he had this nice ass hotel room where we performed for him in there, and he fucked with us or whatever, and you know it was cool. So we happy like Warren G gonna put us on G-Funk Records, and so everything worked out, you know. So we hit the highway. You know, I'm from right by New Orleans, so we live right up the way from New Orleans. We on the way back, and Charles' cell phone ring, and he answered, and he was like, oh, turn the radio down. Turn the radio down. He say, listen to this. Put it on speaker. Warren G. It's Warren G on the voicemail. And Warren G say, hey man, fuck them little niggas.
Damn.
He needs some milk.
He was like, yeah, fuck them little niggas. He was like, one of them niggas is a motherfucking thief.
Milk.
I was like, what the fuck? Automatically when he said that, we knew who it was. Because our homie was a fucking thief.
Damn.
We knew it, you know. But we didn't think he'd do something like that. Yeah. Now, in Warren G's bathroom, he had, when you walk in his bathroom, he had a bunch of different colognes. Mm-hmm. Like it's probably like 12 bottles, like 6 here, 6 there. A bunch of these fancy colognes in his bathroom, right? Man, fucking Peanut done stole that man, a bottle of that man cologne, bro.
Oh,
and he say, it wasn't the one that was talking a lot. That was me. he say, it wasn't the one with the afro. That's T. Oliver. Mm. He said, it's out of them two niggas. He said, it's out of that pretty motherfucker or that ugly meatball head ass nigga, which was nut. We knew it wasn't KJ. KJ wasn't Steel.
Yeah.
So we knew it was nut. Charles pulled the car on the highway. He said, always had backpacks. He said, everybody get your backpack. I want y'all empty that shit out on the table. Empty that shit out on the back of the trunk. So we was like, no problem, shit. We dumped our bags out on the back of the trunk. Everybody dumped their bags out on the back of the trunk. And look, Nut, I'm sorry I'm putting you on blast, but you know this shit is true. But it got to Nut bag. Like, Peanut, put your bag out. You know. He got his bag. He like, oh, ain't nothing in my bag. He turned his bag over, but he was holding it at the bottom like that. Dumping out. See? KJ snatched his bag. Give me that motherfucking bag. As soon as he snatched, he said, ain't nothing in that bag but a bottle of cologne my mom bought me.
Really,
Oh
nigga?
my God.
It was the bottle of cologne. They described the bottle on fucking shit.
On the phone.
Yeah, they described the bottle. It was the exact bottle. This nigga said his mama bought the bottle.
Oh my God, bro. That man done blew the whole bag for you
Bro,
over here.
bro.
Still in the fucking.
His mama said, I ain't bought that. No, we called his mama. Miss Dabney said, I ain't bought this nigga no cologne. What the fuck? And Charles got the phone and he played it. He had the bottle in his hand and the phone right here and let him describe the bottle. And he was like, so he did it. He swung on that. Motherfucker!
Wow.
This nigga fucked up our deal. You know, he fucked up our deal. So we was pissed off at Nut, but Nut is Nut. You know, we hood niggas, bro. Like he gonna steal some shit. Mm-hmm. We know we was kids. We all know we go somewhere. Nut gonna steal some shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta watch him. So anyway, fast forward. Charles hooked us up again. We in Atlanta, the Bad Boy Tour. You know, we come up, have a good time. You know, I'm in Atlanta, like, man, I love Atlanta. Like, I just see all these black people doing incredible things. You know, we country boys. They never seen shit like that. And so Atlanta was black, and it was like black people were balling. Like, I'm like, whoa. Atlanta blew my mind. I fell in love with Atlanta the first time I touched this motherfucker.
Yeah.
And so, long story short, my mind was set on coming to Atlanta. Mm-hmm. We got back up here. We tried. It got a little scary. We didn't know anybody up here. And my boys was like, man, we going to fuck home. Like, basically, man, we'll starve up this motherfucker. I'm like, not if we stick together, we won't. And they didn't want to stay. Came back home, and one of our homeboys, Terry Walters, we started losing a bunch of. I don't want to go into no depression shit, but let's just say we lost a lot of homies, you know. And I was tired of that shit, man. I was seeing my homies die right in front of me, you know. And what was crazy was they was killing each other. Everybody we grew up with, so it was just weird. I just got tired of it, and I was like, man, I'm going back to Atlanta.
Cause what city were y'all in?
Laurel, Mississippi.
Okay, Mississippi.
I was like, man, I'm going back to Atlanta. My boys ain't want to come, man. I came to this motherfucker by myself. Shit, I was like, fuck it. It broke my heart, cause you know I wanted my brothers with me, but I came by myself, man. I just never went back. You know, it was cool. Shit, fuck it.
So then you in Atlanta, Dolo.
Yeah, man.
Had to lead a group like David.
Yeah, I was in Atlanta, man. And, man, Atlanta just been good to me, man. Like, I didn't know anybody. I didn't have no money. I was homeless, but I remember I was smart too. I'm a smart nigga. I know how to survive. I was in the city by myself and nobody knew me. So most people would be like, oh, I'm in the city by myself and nobody knows me. But to me, that was like, yeah. So I figured it out. And I had to work out my living situation first, you know, because I was really up here. And it was January, nigga. It was cold as fuck up here.
Sheesh.
So I'm like, okay. But my mom and my grandma and my pastor, Reverend Leander Bridges, that they instilled something in me called faith. Something that a lot of people claim to have, but they don't really have it.
Amen.
You know, if you have faith in God, you know, it's like, it's a superpower if you really know how to have faith in God. Because some people say, I keep my faith in God. They don't. Because you can't do that and worry and panic. You can't do that. You have to know the guy's going to take care of you. You know? So I had to figure it out. And so when it came to my living situation, I'm like, I found a place called Run and Shoot. It's a 24-hour gym. It never closed. That became my home. The little chick, you know, I wasn't a bad-looking kid, so the little chick, if it was something where women was involved, I was okay.
Yeah.
Shout out to women, because...
Shout out to the ladies for
Women...
Absolutely.
I wouldn't be where I am if it weren't for women. Women have taken care of me in this city so good. Like, I'm talking about... Man, you can't never tell me shit about no women folk, man. You know, the little girl that worked at Run and Shoot, she knew what the deal was. I had told her, she's like, nigga, you good, you know. They got the shower in there and everything. Like, it was cool. I lived in Run and Shoot. She would bring me clothes, like bring me fresh shit, underwear, socks and shit. Like, she was lacing me up, you know. Yeah. And I wonder where that girl is to this day, bro.
What's her name? Chick. You remember her name?
No.
Okay. Shout out to this chick from Run and Shoot.
That was 29 years ago.
If you remember this shit, you know what I'm saying? You remember Sky.
Jazz.
You know what I'm saying? Holla at him.
But man, look, it was cold and I was homeless, but I'm going to tell you something. I can't remember being hungry once. I was never dirty. My clothes were always clean.
Amen.
You'd never be able to tell anything, you know? Like, you'd never be able to tell what kind of situation I was in. And see, if you're going to jump out there and do that, jump out there while you're young, you know? Yeah. My son just moved to L.A. You know, he's kind of, his story starting out there. So I told my son, I'm like, yo, L.A. it's not friendly, you know? Yeah. I'm like, that's a tough city to just go out there but I don't know why I didn't think about it. He's my fucking son. He's dominating out there already. He's a motherfucker. Yeah. You know, so, I mean, yeah, man. Let's talk about some other shit, though. I don't like talking about depressing ass.
Hey, I mean, ain't no depressing. That's the story, man. All right, so you out here in Atlanta. So when was your first big break? Because you done did some shit. You know what I'm saying? So, like, what do you feel like was the first person that...
Man, it was just so much shit. I remember I was walk around and I remember on Cascade Road, these niggas was out on a patio at these apartments on Cascade. Or was it Cobblestone West Apartments, or was it Greens? They right there by each other. Yeah. Boy, I was just walking. I used to just walk, bro, and I was just walking around. And I remember I seen these niggas. They was on their patio. They just freestyling. Yo. They was New York niggas. Yeah. Sons and duns and guns and ones. Type shit. I don't know why I'm making it like that. That's how New York niggas sound. Like, shout out to New York. But you know, how y'all be, you know. Yeah. But they was, and I went and started checking them out, you know. And I started saying the shit with them. And they was like, oh shit. So it was let me tell you something. These niggas was from Long Island, because they call it L.I. Yeah. We from L.I. They had their rap names. I remember Riff Songs. He was a singer. He had a nigga named Panama Red. Okay. You had a nigga named Italian Isis. Okay. You had Goldie Chin. They were a clique of New York niggas from Long Island. Yeah. And I was talking to them. They was cool and shit. And they was just sticking together. They had like a 3-bedroom apartment. They just stuck together. They was kids. We was kids. But they had apartment and cars and shit. Yeah. And I told them my situation. They was like, man, come post up with us. And I was over there with them. And every night we just put on records and instrumentals. We just be, but shout out to them niggas, man. Man, I wish Riff Songs, Panama Red, Goldie Chin, Italian Isis. Like them niggas. If y'all niggas is anywhere, man, I love y'all niggas, man. And my first solid New York niggas I met was from L.I., Long Island. You
probably Google them. They you know what I'm saying? Man, they probably on Instagram or some shit.
Ain't no telling, but them niggas looked out, bro. Yeah. They shared their food with me. You know what I'm saying? Like when they would eat all the pizzas and shit, everybody, you know, they always included me. They was really nice guys to me and looked out as much as they could. It's all a blur, but I think my big break was when Left Eye liked me. Yeah. I was like,
yeah, how'd that happen?
Well, Interesting story. Somebody gave me a card, and the card said Atlanta Mix Factory. You know, and I'm like, what's this, a studio type shit? You know, so my mission now was to go to Atlanta Mix Factory. I gotta get to Atlanta Mix Factory, 1776 Peachtree Street, and so I had to get there. And I remember one day, I had looked on the computer at the library and seen how far it was. I'm like, Cascade to there, you know, with no car was kind of like, you know. Anyhow, it had the little map quests on the paper shit, had directions and shit, and it's a gas station on Cascade Road. This dude was pumping his gas, and I hopped in his car, and as I was pulling out, he ran out, and I hollered out the window, your car be at 1776 Peachtree Street. I'm sorry. And I drove off. No police, nothing ever. He got his car.
Damn.
You know, but I made it to that place.
Yeah.
You know. And so, I just admitted to stealing the car.
Yeah.
He got it back.
It's past the time.
Right. Statute of limitations.
Yep.
So, I get all the way to this motherfucker, bro. And I find a suite where Atlanta Mix Factory's in. And I get to the front. And I was like, I need to see T.L. Harris. That was the name on the card. This girl would never let me get into that fucking room to meet T.L. Harris. She always gave me a story. Well. Today she's my friend, whom I love very much.
Yeah.
Erica Yankita. It's my homegirl. Love her very much. Her sister is Ishi from Arrested Development. But she was always like, I guess niggas always trying to come up there and get him there. She was the receptionist. She'd be like, oh, she always give me some bullshit.
Yeah.
Nigga, they didn't know, but I was staying at that building. I was staying in that building to the next day of business trying to get up in there. One day, man, I ain't go for that shit. I just walked past her. She told me TL went in there, and I heard him answer the phone in the back. He said, TL Harris. I heard him answer the phone. Now, this is crazy. So when I heard him back there, I was like, he is back there. I just heard him. She's like, he's not seeing anybody. I walked right past her ass.
Yeah, at that point.
Yeah, she's like, wait, you can't right. And I walked into her office. And when I walked in the door, he looked. And I said, hey, man, I need you to listen to me. And he was like, what? And she came and she like, well. I'm like, I just need you to listen to this, bro. Come on, I need this. I closed the door. He said, okay, sit down. I'm going to sit down. I'll never forget this. This crazy. I sit down. I played my shit. And he was like, you wrote this? I'm like, yeah. He said, that's you singing too? I'm like, yeah. And I had recorded this shit on the way I recorded this shit was so crazy. Flipping the tape over and making it. It was crazy how I recorded it. But the harmonies and the writing was so good. He was like, started asking me questions like, where you from? What's your name? What? And this nigga stopped. I'll never forget it. This nigga stopped and says, is your daddy named Skylar Price? I say, yeah. He was like, babe, bro, is your daddy? I was like, yeah. He was like, your mama named Gloria. I said, yeah. He was like, he laughed. This nigga on the phone and called my pops. And told my pops, say, man, I got your boy here.
Yeah.
And my dad was like, what? He was like, yeah, I got him here in my office right now. He said, you want to talk to him? My dad say, nah, I'll get with him later. I'll never forget it. God rest my daddy's soul and TL soul.
Yeah.
So check this out. Come to find out, TL Harris grew up with my dad and my mom's them.
Damn.
He from Laurel, same place I'm from. It was ironic. So check this out. So I tell T my situation. He like, oh man, come on man, I got you. You Skylar, son, I got you. He took me to his crib. He lived in Alpharetta.
That's the highest paid zip code in
Took me to his crib. Now, at the time, his wife was she was doing stuff with Lisa with Left Eye. She was Left Eye's management or something. And anyhow, I got, it's a blur, but I got into some shit where Lisa like saw me and she was like, whoa. I was in this little singing thing for him. And she was like asking me where I lived and shit. I ain't had the answers. And bro, I'll never forget it. She was like, it's cool. I just got a new house. You can come live with me. That was for 15 minutes of knowing her. She's like, you can come live with me. And I was like, what? She's like, yeah, I got a new crib. So I hop in the car with Lisa.
Yeah.
Just how it happened. I hop in the car with Lisa. We ride out. We go to this big ass crib. Well, we go to Walmart first. We get air mattresses. All kind of shit. She gave me socks, drawers. We get blankets, pillows, all this shit. And we go to this big ass fucking mansion with nothing in it. And it was she and I, air mattresses with blankets and shit like that, with a sound system, and they're just like writing and spitting and doing shit like that. You know, it was just me and her in that big ass fucking crib. That's when she first. It was brand new. And bro, man, Lisa just got so close on some artist shit because little did I know Lisa's story was a lot like mine.
Yeah, she
came from Philly like that. But Lisa just took me under her wing, man, and shit. The rest of that shit is history. We had to do a whole nother. We have to do a whole nother setting for that. A whole nother segment for that, man. You know, that was. But the way Lisa took me in, bro, man, it was unbelievable to me. Like I was tripping.
It's one of them situations where you trying to figure out like why, or is she serious?
Right, she was, and I was tripping, and you know what I was tripping about with Lisa though, because I always see them on TV and shit. They all wear big baggy clothes. Nigga, I didn't realize how fine Lisa had. Mm-hmm. Lisa had body. I was like, damn, left out fine as fuck.
Yeah,
she was fine in a motherfucker. See, I always like chili.
Yeah,
but
you ain't tell her that though.
No. You know. Then my first time meeting Roro, my first time meeting Chili was it was funny, and I remember the first time I met Chili. You know, Chili's so pretty and shit. That's my homegirl right now.
Yeah,
I love Roro to death. But I remember Lisa had to go to the house. They had a meeting or something, and I would always end up with TLC.
Yeah,
it would be me and T-Boz and Chili. I always end up with them. They arguing and shit. I'm sitting here looking at this shit like, where the fuck? How the fuck did this happen? I'm in their
Mississippi.
Life. I'd be over Tion house, I'd be over Chili house and seeing all that shit. And I remember the first time I went to Chili house, she lived right down the street from Lennox. I remember we was coming in and she pushed me back. Hey nigga, you see this carpet? Take your shoes off. I'm like, oh shit. She was like a nigga. I'm like, oh shit. Chili was like, ah. My dog to this day though, I love her. That's such a wonderful person. But yeah, man, that's crazy. And somebody asked me the other day, what's your most fondest memory with TLC? And as the whole group, one night, Lisa took me to see Prince. Yeah. And he had given seats for TLC, and she added me onto the tickets. So I sit at a Prince concert. Me, Lisa, Chili, T-Boz. And I'm sitting watching Prince. It's my first time seeing Prince live. It's my favorite artist in the world. I am blown the fuck away. A spotlight hit us. Boom! And the spotlight is on us. He said, my favorite group is here. And I'm sitting there with them like, oh my God. Later that night, this crazy. Later that night, we hanging out with Prince. And Prince is like, yeah, I want to do this. I'm tripping off Prince because he's a nigga. Yeah. I'm like, wait a minute, he's a nigga. He's a nigga. Like,
what you mean?
Yeah, bro, like, yeah, nigga. Like, yeah, you know, Prince wasn't like, no, hey, everybody, it's the revolution. Right. No, Prince was a nigga. Yeah. Like, he was a real nigga. And everybody always say he was gay and all this shit. Yeah. So anyhow, Lisa say, he said, I want to go to a place called, what's the name of the place? It used to be right down in the city, but whatever, it had a rooftop on it. Yeah. He said he wanted to go there. And Lisa's like, Sky will take you. And I was like, he was like, cool. So you hanging out with me, Sky? Nigga, I pulled up in that bitch with Prince. I'm gonna tell you, motherfuckers that night, nigga, I was the coolest nigga on earth. Nigga, I just walked up I walked up in this motherfucker with, hold on a minute, while we on this fucking podcast. Hold on, just I'm gonna do this shit live.
Say less.
Hold on a minute. Let me see.
That's crazy, dog.
Nah, this crazy right here. This was crazy. Hold on, let me see.
You gotta put him on the mic, right?
If this nigga answer the phone, he probably teaching his dojo classes.
Mojo Jojo.
Yeah, he's one of them.
Scott Keeton, what's up, my brother?
Hey, Teddy, I'm doing this podcast right now, and I just completely lost my train of thought. But I had to call you. What was the name of that club that I bought Prince to that night? The night that Prince broke your fucking drums.
It was called ESO.
ESO.
ESO, yeah. Yes, sir. Man, I couldn't believe you brought that joke up there, bro. Yeah, that's crazy. Yep, ESO.
Okay, Teddy, that's all I need. I'm gonna hit you back.
Portland.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Wait.
Okay,
Teddy, before you get off, did he?
He hung up.
I about to say, did he replace him?
No.
Damn.
But it was Prince. But listen, it was ESO, and I bought him an ESO that night, and I was with Prince, and he was like, hey, when I start walking, just walk behind me. Come on, stay with me. I'm like, cool. This nigga get up. First of all, we sitting at a table, and he got these most beautiful women I've ever seen in my life at the time. They speak another language, and he was speaking their language with them.
Prince.
Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, this nigga is such a player. He like, and all this shit. So I got up and I followed him. I followed him through the spot.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at people, seeing him just walking through.
Yeah.
Slow nigga. He walking through and I'm seeing people like freaking the fuck out. And I'm like seeing it. This nigga walk up to the front of the stage and hop on the stage. Now, he wanted to perform.
Yeah.
Nigga, Teddy White, that was his equipment. The nigga I just called, he played live at SO on that night. So all his equipment was on stage. Prince just like took that shit. Like nigga, me and my people finna use this shit.
Yeah.
They broke Teddy drums that night.
God
they busted
dang.
his drums. And man, he got up that motherfucker, I'll never forget, he got on stage he started fucking with a guitar. And then niggas got on the mic and said, girls and boys. And they started, man, he did a 2-hour fucking concert in that bitch.
Damn.
Nigga, that shit was off the fucking chain. You know, and we became friends, and I was able to go to his house.
Yeah.
And like hoop with him and just fucking kick it with him for a week and just like chilling. And I knew him I could call him.
Yeah.
You know, so that was the highlight of my life, knowing Prince.
I can imagine.
So of course it broke my heart losing him because he taught me so much stuff. And he treated me like a little brother. Yeah. He was real, man. Prince was a real nigga, bro. Prince was real. He's still alive to me. Prince is a real nigga, bro. Yeah. Like, it almost bring tears to my eyes to think about the love that he showed me, bro, and he didn't have to. Like, he showed me so much love, bro. Like, tell me shit like, don't do this, don't do that, bro, you know. Listen to my music. He tell me if my music was trash. I remember one day he roasted me so bad because I made this song. I played it for him. And he was like, the whole time I was playing it, he like had this smirk on his face. And I turned it off. I was like, what you think? He was like, what do you think I think? He was like, this shit is terrible. He said, what the fuck was you thinking when you made that shit? Like, and they were all laughing at him. I'm like, oh, for real? He's like, yeah. He's like, it's terrible. He's like, give me that tape. And I gave the tape that it was on. Yeah. He broke that shit. Threw it in the trash. Hey, I'll never forget it. And I'm like, whoa.
So Prince's house was out here, or it was just in Minneapolis?
No, it was Minneapolis.
Damn.
The one we died at, nigga. The one we died at. That shit right there. Ask anybody that's been in that motherfucker, boy. Nigga. That shit was amazing, bro. And it was amazing. I can't even explain that shit. But the way he was, man, he wants you to ride the bikes with him. He had a bunch of mountain bikes, you know, basketball courts and shit. He's very active. Yeah. You know, so I don't want to make the interview about Prince though, but but
that's some legendary shit, man.
That's the highlight.
Like
of my shit,
if you
bro.
ain't know,
he's
if you ain't know, my dad was a huge fan of Prince. And the musicianship. When I was typing in RAZI and I went by RAZI when I had my investment situation, you Google RAZI and there's a bunch of Arabic people like popping up. So like you gotta change your name or add something on it.
Prince
And I
RAZI.
ended up being Prince RAZI off of Prince, but my middle name is also Amir, which means Prince.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's dope. I didn't know that.
Yeah, but Prince RAZI, you feel me? Like, I got to, you know,
Oh, that's dope.
you know, when I switched, I
That's
went
dope.
to, and because I play all the instruments, but
You know what, RAZI? I think that I thank God for the things that He's allowed me to see in my life, and the things that God is still allowing in my life. Like, I've been so blessed with the life I've seen. I have so much more I could tell you. There's no way I could do just your podcast today and tell you all the stuff, man. But I will give you exclusive shit. We can come back, do this again whenever, you know.
Yeah.
But I have so much to tell that it's like, it's beautiful, inspiring stories though. Because I realize people like to get on podcasts and spew a lot of negative bullshit.
Right.
You know, I see the podcast and everybody's just like gossiping and just dogging each other. Like, I don't like that shit. It's bad energy, you know. Now I can get on some bullshit now. You know, I got some shit where I can get on some bullshit.
man, if that's where you want to go, let's go. But
No,
if
I just
not,
rather not. Today I'm not, cause see, normally if I was in that mood, if I was in that place, we'll go there. But like, you know, like, you're a good buddy of mine, bro. And every time I'm around you, it's good vibes. You're a good vibe, good energy, great
Thank you,
artist.
bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I fuck with you on a level to where you're a positive influence to me. You know, so nah, we ain't doing it like that. We keep it cool.
And with that being said, man, we gotta go to kids, man, because you done passed that to your next generation, and you happen to have a daughter that's very successful in this right now too, huh?
Yeah, Anicia, man. Anicia's, bro, listen, let me tell you something. Anicia has always been talented. Like, and she was a little girl. I'd hear her hit little notes and stuff. And, you know, she was a really bad kid. Like, she was a bad little girl. She was sweet. That's my baby. But she was, like, really energetic and just bad. Like, say anything. You don't know what's going to come. She was explosive. Just like how the fuck she is now.
Yeah.
Like, when she was a little girl, that's just her personality, bro. She, like, let me tell you something. Nothing about Anicia is fake.
Yeah.
Like, you got a lot of fake motherfuckers in this game. My daughter, what you see, that's what she is.
Yeah.
She's been that way since a little kid. Like, her fly at the mouth, just, you know, just a badass little girl.
Yeah.
But she also has a heart of gold, and she's very sweet, very caring, love animals.
What's her sign?
Anicia's a Leo.
Okay, well, she was pretty close to us.
Birthday-
I feel like
August 20.
she was like close to being the Cancer or something. You know what I'm saying?
She's her mother. She's a lot of people think that, oh, that's definitely your daughter. Anicia is a lot like her mom.
Yeah.
She mixed with me, but her mom is a firecracker.
Yeah.
Her mother is a firecracker like that, and so
we like them like that.
yeah. So she got it. You don't take that fire away from them. They're gonna need that.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm very proud of my daughter, bro, because the shit that she's doing, it's her. Like, I used to always hear, I'm like, babe, you should do music. I used to always push her to try to do music. She was like, I don't do that shit. She never wanted to do music. And so this one day, out of nowhere, she was like, yo, Dad, check out this song I did. And I heard it, and I was like, wow. It was some ratchet shit, but I'm like, this shit is jamming.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, yeah. She kept making a few songs. But out of nowhere, man, she got serious about it. You know, and I was watching her as she was doing it. I'm like, okay, so she's getting serious about it. And she's the type of person to where if she wants to do it, it's getting done.
Right.
Like, she's not going to bullshit with it. Like, she is Nisha's a fucking problem. You know, go check out her new single, Never Need, with Glorilla and Caribou. Yeah, Nisha's a problem, bro. Yeah. My son, her and my son, they both, you know, my son he's a true artist. You know, he's a true artist. He's in a place, he's on stage like Jimi Hendrix type shit. He's on some, Todd is on some other shit. I love that new album that he got, man. That shit is crazy, bro. Yeah. Man, check out Todd's new album. It's called Celebrity Jesus. Man, that shit is on some other shit, bro. Like, I'm like, I hear my son's music and I'd be like, whoa. Yeah. Like, this is dope. My daughter's music is more for her clan, you know. It's for the bad bitches and You know, so I check it out and reference that. It's my daughter, you know, so I like to see her. She's so swag. She's a vibe. Yeah. You know, I always call her the Sade of the trap. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because of her voice, like, she a vibe. Yeah. So I love seeing my kids do this shit, man.
That's what's up, man.
It's a beautiful thing to me.
You gotta pass it down because it was passed down to us.
Yeah, then like seeing my kids are richer than me. I love that shit.
It's a beautiful thing, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's dope, man. Seeing my babies do it. And I got 2 more coming. Junior definitely in it. Yeah. Layla ain't took interest in it yet, but I'm sure she will because Anisha didn't really take interest in it. She just, it's always been in her. So yeah, man.
That's tough, man.
Yeah, it's good to see the babies doing their thing, man.
Yeah, man. With that being said, man, appreciate you coming through. We definitely got to do a part 2. I mean, you know how we do.
We're going to do some fly shit, too.
Too sick like it's the flu.
Me and Roz going to do some fly shit. We're going to do some fly shit. So this has been like a positive, like, introduction of me on this show.
And he going to have his own YouTube going soon with all these stories and going into detail. I already done put that battery in his back to go ahead and get that started, man. Sky got a lot of stories and been here and did a lot of things that you ain't did. You know what I'm saying?
We gonna come back and we did the nice, cool, positive shit. Yeah. That drink shit you put me on, man. That shit got me kind of leaning a little bit.
You feel me?
Boy. Yeah. But we gonna come back and we gonna come back and we gonna the next one we do, we gonna be on the bullshit.
Say less.
I want to talk about the bullshit.
I'm gonna have a Hennessy on deck this time. I ain't gonna be on my detox. Y'all know I get on my detox every once.
Yeah, I want to bring y'all. I'm gonna give y'all the bullshit.
I'll be on the bullshit next time. So
there's a lot of bullshit that went on out here. A lot of bullshit.
So man, make sure y'all stay tuned, man. Y'all know what it is, man. It's Prince RAZI. Got Sky Keeton in the building, man. Real Rapper Shit podcast.
Absolutely. Peace.
Real rapper shit. Real rapper shit. Real rappers. The real rapper. Trying to say I ain't no real rapper now. It's crazy to me because they thought we was gonna do real rapper shit. Real rapper shit. Real rapper shit. Real rapper shit. Hey man. Real rapper shit. Real rapper shit, man. Goddamn. That's when they thought we wasn't gonna do no real rapper shit. More real rapper shit. Man, I told y'all we was gonna do this real rapper shit. It's real rapper shit.
Shxt on the beat.